Hello everybody, it's Bella, and this week has been kind of insane for me. So, first off, she looks so perfect. Audio came out. I stayed up until 12 a.m. to listen to it. It was insanely amazing. I'm really proud of them. It was amazing. And then I go on Twitter and I find that Derek the Dominator on YouTube has followed me on Twitter. I had tweeted him earlier saying that his new profile pic was like absolutely amazing, still is, and he followed me. He is like royalty to me. And the fact that he pressed the follow button, I can't begin to comprehend how amazing this is. So Derek, if you're watching this, I love you so much. I love you and you so. And then, on top of that, I watched a video which is the topic of what I'm about to be telling you. This video came up on the things you should watch little section, and it was why Larry is not real. And you're probably thinking, well, Bella, why'd you watch it if you ship Larry? Well, one, I mean, it said it was recommended, so. And two, because I feel like when you have an opinion on something, you should know both sides and not be so closed-minded about something. So I feel that it's important to get what Eleanor shippers are trying to say, you know? The video was basically a bunch of text, so I kind of just took some pictures of it on my phone, and I'll just be reading. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone, okay? Anyways, moving on from that, the very first thing that this person said was, the proof that Larry shippers have are very little things that can mean anything. They go into way too much detail and notice the smallest things. Let's just take a moment to have this sink in. We have no proof, and it could mean anything. I'm so, like, what? The proof we have couldn't mean anything. I don't think it could mean anything if Louis went to a gas station with Harry, bought Harry's favorite movie. They went into the tour bus together, and later the next day, there was questionable evidence that interesting things happened. So I don't think you could say like, oh yeah, Louis got those scratch marks from the cat that they hide in their tour bus, you know? Him and Harry were the only ones in that tour bus. That tour bus is theirs. Like, anyways, moving on. They say, for example, they automatically assume if Louis whispers on stage to Harry, it's either a kiss or something dirty. They don't actually have real proof. Really? Like, the fact that Louis gets hickeys when Eleanor isn't even in the same country as him raises a couple eyebrows, don't you think? Who do you think gives him those hickeys? The only proof us Eleanor shippers need that Larry shippers keep throwing aside is the fact that Louis Tomlinson tweeted Larry is bull. Well, personally, I think that that's not enough proof, because I feel as though I trust more what Louis says in person than what he says through a screen. So in an interview, if they're actually filming him and his reaction and we can watch while he says it, I feel like I would rather listen to that than him through a screen, because we all know it is so easy to hate on someone or something through a screen, but it's a lot harder to do it in person. And I also think that Eleanor shippers also throw things away that are Larry related. Like, For example, that interview where Harry said, "Oh, I'm Louis' boyfriend." Maybe you don't know that, but and someone in the background said, "We're gonna have to take that out." Like, and he said it in a serious tone. Like, the interviewer asked who has boyfriends, who has girlfriends, and this wasn't in the X Factor days when the bromance was all This was, like 2013, 2012. So, I feel like certain things Eleanor shippers kind of put to the side, so I don't think they should be getting mad at us when they put off way more than we do, if you get what I'm saying. But still insisting Louis is gay, even after he says this, means you are all calling Louis a liar. This meaning the bull tweet. The fact that Larry shippers are so certain they know his sexuality better than he does disgusts me. Louis Tomlinson has never said he is straight. Straight is considered the default sexuality. Like, if you don't say what kind of sexuality you are, obviously that automatically makes you straight, which I disagree with, but that's kind of, humanity's general thoughts about things. And the fact that you're saying, I think I know his sexuality better than he does, when you yourself don't know his sexuality, really is quite controversial. I don't really get it. Like, I think we can both have our ideas. I don't think that one of us knows his sexuality better than the other, because really no one knows Louis' sexuality besides Louis, the rest of the boys, and Louis' family and his other friends. Really, the fans do not know his sexuality, so the fact that you're saying that it disgusts you that I think I know his sexuality, well, does that mean you should be disgusted with yourself because you think you know his sexuality when really neither of us do? I think we should just have our own ideas about it and not, get disgusted and all this stuff. Now, I know you Larry shippers are going to say that management controls their Twitter accounts and that they're forcing Louis to keep his sexuality a secret. But guess what? This is highly doubted. The truth is, management really doesn't care, and I have many reasons why. When One Direction was starting out, Harry had a super public relationship with Caroline Flack, who's 35. He was 17. It was very controversial, all over the internet, etc. You'd think that management would discourage this, since the boys were just starting out and they wouldn't want to jeopardize their fame. But nope, management pretty much just let it happen. People use this argument for Larry a lot, saying that management wouldn't let Larry come out because they wouldn't want to jeopardize One Direction's fame. Well, I'd say Harry and Caroline were just about as controversial as Harry and Louis would be. Age difference between a heterosexual couple and just a homosexual couple in general, the age difference heterosexual couple is a lot more accepted. For example, J-Lo and her boyfriend, they're like 20 years apart. Lady Gaga and her boyfriend, all these, like Johnny Depp and his new wife, I think, one of his wives, there's a big age difference. They're a lot more widely accepted in the general public's eye. Ellen DeGeneres got her TV show canceled after she came out as a lesbian. You didn't see J-Lo's tour getting canceled just because she started dating a guy that was like 20 years younger than her. People, this would never work out, ever. Management can't force Louis and Harry not to stand next to each other or not talk to each other, etc. That is illegal. Well, it's actually not illegal if you sign a contract. So, they actually can force Louis and Harry not to sit next to each other and stand next to each other. Have you possibly seen the interview where Harry asks Louis, "Hey, where do you want to sit?" Louis goes, "Oh, next to you." And you know what Modest says? You can't sit next to each other. So, Modest kind of can force them not to stand next to each other. Finally, if you ship Larry, you're basically calling Louis a huge creep/weirdo. Look at all the pictures where he has his hand on Eleanor's butt. If she was a hired girl whose management was paying, it would be really creepy They drink wine when they get home. Kids watch movies like, you know, Ratatouille, where they're drinking wine, or like, you know, some sort of medieval princess movie where they're all drinking wine from goblets at parties. And you don't really see people saying, oh, this movie was extremely horrible, I would never want my child to see it because of these people. And also, I personally don't think it's as much homophobic parents not wanting their kids listening to a band with two homosexual members. I think it's more of girls not liking the band as much because two of the members aren't available anymore. I feel as though many girls like One Direction because it's that thought of you might be able to date them. They are single, they are straight, they would date a fan. All of those things, you can't help but, you write imagines about it, you write fan fictions about it, you obsess, you wear Miss Styles t-shirts and all that stuff. Imagine if you knew Harry Styles was gay right from the start. I'm pretty sure After wouldn't have been written. Also, they let Louis tweet swear words, generally act like a butt on Twitter whenever he feels like it. This goes for the other boys too. Louis is just an example here. Management doesn't care. Well, this video was posted on January 30th, 2014, which means that Liam's giant Twitter blow up Twitter feud thing with Tyler Oakley was already over. And if you recall one of the tweets, Liam said, you know, I can't wait to get that call about how I swore on Twitter and shouldn't do that. Who was gonna give him that call? Oh, I don't know. The guy that lives in the bakery down the street. No, management was going to give him that call. As you can see, management let all these things go by, so why would they care if Louis and Harry were gay? They wouldn't. They don't care about One Direction's public images as much as you guys think they do. It is Modest management's job to deal with One Direction, their public image, how they are viewed by people, how they're getting people to like them, their fans, all of that kind of stuff is what Modest management deals with. But managers focus on how you can be the best, insert job here, in this case One Direction band, be the best band, be the best, you know, person out there in the music business. And managers need to make sure that whatever you do is a good decision that will not lose you fans. And to be honest, coming out as gay will lose you fans. As I already said before, Ellen DeGeneres lost a TV show over it. So they really do care about public image. That's kind of their job. Also, Louis has dated Eleanor for years now. Do you really think he'd let himself be miserable for that long? No. Louis is a millionaire and could fight off management if he wanted to. He could get some pretty great lawyers and sue Modest. Have you ever, here's an example, have you ever gone to like Sky High or 321 Bounce and signed those waivers that say, I will not sue you if I get hurt, I understand that it's my responsibility, blah blah blah. Management companies have the same contract, like, I agree to these terms and conditions, I agree to not sue you because I'm under this contract, I agree that whatever you do will be followed by me because it's in the best of our interest as a band or whatever. So because he has signed that contract, you can't sue them. It's possible too because they signed the contract. And Louis does not have really a choice to be with Eleanor. I mean, he actually kind of has let himself be miserable for that long. I mean, no offense, but have you seen him around her lately? He doesn't look happy. So, moving on, even if Louis be a problem. It's not like he'd be losing millions of fans. He used to be super rich and talented. He would lose a lot of fans. If you don't know, Eleanor Calder has 3 million followers on Twitter. 3 million. Now, assuming like 500,000 are really shippers just deciding to be informed about, you know, whatever is happening in Eleanor's life, and the other 500,000 are just kind of neutral. They don't really care. They're kind of in it for, you know, the band, and they don't really choose a side. That's still 2 million people that love Eleanor Calder. So if they figured out that their sweet Louis Tomlinson wasn't actually hitting her, things wouldn't be going down so well. Also, if Louis and Harry come out, this does not just affect the two of them. They are a part of a band of 5. So it's not just 2, it's 5 people that are being affected by this giant thing. So it's not like if these 2 come out, the rest of the boys will be fine. The whole band is going to receive consequences of Louis and Harry coming out. So really, you have to think about all 5 of the people. Basically, that's all they said. Basically, to sum up what they talked about, they said Mod's management doesn't care. Louis is dating Eleanor because he wouldn't let himself be miserable. And Harry dating Caroline Mod somehow means that Mod still doesn't care. That's it, pretty much. If you agreed, please like this video, comment down below what you thought, if you agreed. If you didn't, I'd love to hear your opinions. All my social media links are down below. If you would like to watch the actual Larry is Not Real video, that link will also be down below. Subscribe if you would like to see my face again. I absolutely adore you people. And that's basically it. Thank you. 3, 2, 1, raw.